everyone. Bonjour. Nice meeting you all today. How are you feeling in the AI wave? Hope everyone are safe. It's more dangerous than the COVID now. Well, yep, I'm Kiruthika. Currently, I'm doing my master's with Mila. I have written 2 books in AI, and the third book is cooking. Hopefully, I'm writing my book on AI agents. And other than that, I did my 265 talks across the globe. This year, I presented Google Gemma Showcase. So for that is one of my projects. And then for the IBM Tech Exchange, I presented about the Z17 launch of this year. That's about me. But the most important point about me is I'm a nice person. You can talk to me anytime. Yeah, and also I love cartoons. If I say Spider-Man as a cartoon, some people get mad at me. Yeah, I like Spider-Man. Yes, let's get into the topic. Why are we here today? It's Black Friday. But still, we wanted to study about agents. That's well. That is the goal of today. Maybe I just go over here to show you, like, because we are very ambitious. 45 minutes, he's gonna show me the timer. Well, let's understand what is AI agents, right? So first, we all started with LLMs. We were very much loved them because they were good at answering what we want, not actually what we need, right? So, but we got excited by the factor. But at one point, we understood like they are dumb because they don't have information about the real world. So that's about giving an LLM some tools and then adding up some memory, because I like my boyfriend only if he remembers my birthday, anniversary, and every single thing, or else it's gonna create a lot of problems in home. He knows that really well. So likewise, I want my agents to remember everything. That is memory. So just to say, that is LLM, that is going to be the central brain, and adding some tools to get the real-time information. That is what we did in the software world for years, calling APIs and building APIs, right? Here we write it as a function. And one more thing, that is memory, so that they don't actually look like dumb, right? That is what we're going to do. But I don't want it to talk. Do we start building, right, and show you why LLMs are dumb, how we can add tools and how we can add memory? Are you all ready for that? So just to do that, today I'm going to use this one, that is google-adk. You know, agent kit from Chat GPT's company OpenAI. Also, Microsoft have their own agent building kit. Like we all have a toolkit at Garage. Every company builds something, right? Today I'm going to use one tool, that is ADK, that is Agent Development Kit, which is just like a VS Code for building agents. That's it, right? Because they have some packages ready so that we can call them. Right? Are you all ready for that? Yeah. So if you want to set up and run your own agent, I'm going to say you need 2 things. Maybe a Google Cloud account, or else an API key, Gemini API key. I'm going to show you in 2 ways so that you can go home and start running up your own. Are you all ready for that? You asked us many times, are you ready? Are you ready? But you're not showing anything, Kiruthika. Just show us, right? I got you. Well, I'm going to show you. This is the way to install the package. If you are trying for many years, they're using pip install. If you are very good at Node, you can use UV install. Of course, it's going to take like 10 minutes because it's going to set up. But in my computer, it took 20 minutes because it got stuck. Well, the first thing to create an agent is every single time the folder setup is hard, right? To set up an agent, because agent want to have an access. Do you have any name for our agent today? Maybe a Black Friday? Black Friday sale? Okay, I'm going to create an agent. To create an agent, which means the folder setup, today I'm going to use the key terms, that is ADK. Okay, maybe I can just move this and also this. Well, ADK create Black Friday sale. Right? This would help me to set up the agent structure, right? Let's do that. I'm going to show you like how LLM comes in, and you have a lot of questions, right? But it's going to ask me each question while I'm building. It's going to take a minute. Let's see. Maybe I can get an error because I have given 3 names, Black Friday sale, which is not accepted. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Did you see here? Yeah. I'm going to give the name as ADK create because I was not part of Black Friday. Black, maybe Black dash. Okay, Black dash Friday. Okay, not sale. Okay, it's going to help me create the folder. At the first time, it will ask me to choose the model of Google. Today, we're going to play with 2.5 Flash because it's going to take less amount. If I try with 3 Pro, it's very costly, right? So I'm going to try with that one. So the first thing that I'm choosing is 2.5 Flash. And then here, you would see the two backends, right? That is, one is Google backend, which is Google AI, which means am I going to use API key, or else whether I'm going to use Vertex AI, which means I'm going to call a project from the Google Cloud. What do you wish to do? Whether an API key or Google Cloud? Do you have something in mind?
Easier with an API.
Easier with API key? Perfect. I'm going to take my API key. Hopefully, go here. Well, the backend you told me is to API key. I'm going to give my API key over here. Okay, I haven't copied. Okay.
You need to paste it the right.
Yeah, no, I think so.
Try with the. Yeah, there we go.
Sorry, my computer is. I told him I'm going to buy one new computer in Black Friday. So he thought I am behaving something suspicious so that you can understand my value today in your demo. Okay, well, so did you see anything, a folder named Black Friday over here? Did you see over here? Yeah, it set it up a folder for me, which has an agent file. So let's go and have a look what this agent has first of all. So did you see here, it just called the 2.5 Flash, and I'm just having an LLM inside, which just going to help me answer the question. We're going to add tools and memory as well. At first, I'm going to run this and show you how we can run, and then we're going to show how it is done, and then we can add all the tools, right? Well, how many of you like Taylor Swift? It's not nobody. Okay, James T is very famous. I never know that. Well, okay. No Black Friday. I'm not buying anything. Trust me. You're gonna travel for me. Okay.
You're not in the right folder though.
Yeah, it's gonna import all the folders over here. You don't need to be in the right folder. I'm gonna show you what is the agent we created now. Black Friday. You could see all the folders as separate agents. So what I'm saying in the sense, we don't need to set up maybe like a folder structure just to build an agent, because this ADK create and then the folder name, you already know how to create a folder name because I made a mistake. I call it purposely, but I did it as a mistake, right? Just to say. Okay, I'm going to test this one now. Hi, it's safe to test with hi. Okay, do you have any questions? Maybe I'm going to ask like Black Friday. I know my computer will be mad at me for always saying Black Friday, Black Friday. Okay, it's given me some information. I asked you one question before. That is Taylor Swift, do you all know Taylor Swift? Do you all know whether Taylor Swift is engaged or not? No or yes? Yeah, I'm going to ask the same question. Of course, yes. If you search in Google, you're going to get the answer yes. So I'm going to ask the same question. Is Taylor Swift engaged? If I ask this question to 3 Pro, it will answer because it is trained until Jan of this year. Did you see here? Taylor Swift is not engaged, but you can search in Google. It would say a person and she got engaged, right? I know that's a sad news for a lot of people, but it's okay. It's another topic, another stage, another performance. Well, did you see here? We built an agent. I can't call it as a brilliant agent because this sent me a wrong information because of it doesn't have an access to the knowledge after a particular date. So it said me she is not engaged. So I can't call it as an agent. Whatever we built, this is not our first agent actually, because this agent is dumb, right? Because it said me the wrong information.
Well, you know, in the first answer, it answered the Black Friday of last year. If you go up.
I see.
There you go.
2024, November 29th, right? Thank you for pointing out. I never read the output because sometimes it's like too much from an LLM to say to me. If you said like I did the murder, it's gonna say it's okay, take a coffee and then have a break before a cop comes. That's how it answers. Sometimes that's a good catch. Can we give an applause to him? Wow, that's a good catch. I haven't seen that. Well, did you see here? Because the agent is trying to respond only from this. Because with this purpose, we cannot serve our clients, right? Let's say if I'm asking like, what is the right product for my company, but it said like Google has this product, this is so good as compared to that. I don't want this to happen. Well, let's do this. Now let's make our same agent to talk about our current aspects, right? So are you ready? That is by adding tools, right? So to make this agent from very dumb to somewhat dumb, we're gonna add one thing, that is tools, right? For the tools, I'm choosing one tool that is Google search. If this agent had a Google search as a tool, then it would have answered my question, right? Because, so that is one point, right? So do we make our agent somewhat dumb now, but more dumb? Okay. Are you all ready? Okay. To do this, I'm going to show you how this works. The same agent, right? But I'm going to show this tool line, but we're going to add it in our Black Friday. Would you see here, from the tools, I'm importing Google search. If you're wondering, do we able to add our custom tools? We can. We can able to add custom tools as well, which is just a function import, like we generally do in our software developers. How many of you are software developers here? Yeah, I know you guys are not happy with what I'm doing now, right? Yeah, I can totally feel you, right? Right, well, so the thing that I'm doing is like I'm calling the tool Google search. Google has like 7 to 10 tools from their custom thing. So I'm just importing the custom tool here. Did you see here, in the same agent, I'm adding one line that is tools equal to Google search so that it has access to that one tool, right? I'm going to copy these 2 lines and put it on our agent Black Friday and make it run, right? So did you see, okay, the first line is this one. Okay, where is our Black Friday? Okay. Okay. And here we need to add tools equal to Google search. Right? So this makes our answer to answer this question. But my application is running as a Flask endpoint, right? So I need to stop it and run it again so that it has access to this code because that's a Flask endpoint. Well, and the UI I'm using is built by them, so we can able to build our custom UI as well, right? That's just a, okay, I'm gonna run it again. So we can run this agent in 2 ways. One is ADK run, which means you can build your own UI, or else ADK web, by which you can use their own default UI. That's a simple thing. Well, I'm gonna run this again. We're gonna choose our agent, maybe you clear up history or anything else in the state, okay. What's our agent now?
Black Friday.
Black Friday. Well, hi. I'm gonna go to the traces and see it called an LLM. And then let's go to the events first. Events, here you see here, now my same agent has access to tools. For the hi, it doesn't call my tool. Now I'm gonna ask this question. Is Taylor Swift engaged? Oh, okay. I'm not her fan. I'm Selena Gomez fan, right? Okay. Now we're gonna ask the question to the same agent. Did you see here? It responded as she is engaged, right? Maybe I wanna go up. Okay. And I'm gonna ask a question as he said, that is like Black Friday. Sorry, I'm very bad at prompting. Somebody needs to help me really with prompting. But half of my job is to write prompts in all my agents. Did you see here? It's November 28th. Is it right? 2025. Right? By just adding one tool, our agent tried to behave okay, right? I'm going to show you, let's say everything, we have a lot of software developers here. So we want to show them like a event tracking and then logging thing. So you can go over here for the first log. That is when I said hi. It just went to the root agent, which means it made a decision that the LLM is fine to answer this question, right? So, and the next thing is like, let's say the next question is whether the Taylor Swift is engaged. Did you see here? It made, for example, when it called the tools, the first thing that we want to consider is the time optimization, which means how long does it take. Maybe we can plot it as a graph, right? Most of the time, if you build an agent, the first part is like building a graph. We call it as NTG graph. So we see like how long does the agent takes to answer the same query and how much of amount it is taking. Because agent calls an LLM not one time, sometimes multiple times, right? To get the right answer because they work in a loop. So now we get an answer question, right? How an LLM have an access to tools? How it made, let's say I have a tool defined within my function and the agent is over here. How it knows like what the agent do? Let's say if you write a custom functions, like for example, about your home or something like that. So that is the two thing you need to be aware. So for instance, every single time if you run an agent, what LLM has as a context is this instruction and description. So this description is for other agents. Let's say you build 10 or 20 agents together and another one agent want to call this tool or something like that. It will read the description. Instruction is exactly the prompt for that agent to understand who are you and what you wanted to do, right? So now we added one tool and tested it, right? So are you all ready to add two tools and see like how agent is choosing between tools? That is also important because as we all know about a concept called hallucination, right, of AI, which means LLMs, but we came so far in 2025 in the race. Every 2 weeks, we have one model coming up, burning billions of dollars, right? And also, that is something not our problem. Well, it's like a huge competition going on. Now I'm going to add more tools and see how an LLM is choosing between the tools, right? For that, I'm going to use two tools today. One is like the coding tool, which means you see a canvas, right, when you write code in LLMs. For example, 2.5 Flash or in Claude, they create their own canvas for codes so that you can copy and paste it, right? So I'm going to create that own canvas within my, which means it will just give us a code block here, but if you build your own UI, you can get it, right? So do we do that now, which means adding two tools and see how it is working? Are you all ready for that? Okay, I'm just gonna go to the third one and see. Did you see here? That is one more tool I'm adding, that is built-in code executor. So that is also one of the, because every agent kit, not only Google and also Claude has their own agent kit. By the end of the session, maybe like for the last 5 minutes, I'm gonna show you how you can build your own MCP server and add it in Claude Code, not to be in a vendor lock-in between Google. I'm gonna show that as well because that is very cool. Well, I'm gonna run this. Before that, I'm gonna show you like within the tools. Did you see here? I'm just defining it as two agents. Like for instance, like one is having the tool as Google search and the other one is having its, for example, the coding agent is having their tool as the built-in code executor. But did you see, even I defined it as a two agents. So, but when I'm calling, I'm using the word to call it as a tool. So this is a different way of defining tools, multiple tools within agent. Just to give you a concept, sometimes within a company, we build 10,000s of agents, right? Because a company has a data engineering team. They work on the same concept. They all build different agents, right? But sometimes we wanted to build reusable code, right? That is what we love in software development. Likewise, in AI agent world, we started with that one. So whenever even they are like a separate agent, we can call them as a tool in other agents, right? So that is a concept. So to show you how the reusability works, I'm going to give you the link for the code as well at the end of the session so that you can get access to everything. Okay, I'm going to run this. Before that, maybe I can run the same agent if you want, like ADK 3 more tools, right? Instead of stopping and running it again. Okay, well, Did you see something? Okay. 2024, that's not my UI. Maybe I can close it. Okay. Here I'm going to choose the agent that is 3 more tools. Well, I'm going to give, hi. If you're wondering why I'm saying hi to it, uh, I just wanted to check whether the request is going or not, right? Right, did you see here, this is a root agent now, like which has access to the 2 tools. Let's go here. Would you see here, now I'm having like a 2 different agents within that. That is a search agent and the coding one. So now I'm going to make a call here that is like, hey, give me a code for prime numbers. I'm damn sure you're going to ask me the follow-up question, what language I want it to, right? Because the built-in canvas of all the languages, which means all the models work with 2 inputs. That is, one is what question, and you want to define the language. So now it is asking me the language. I'm writing Python. Okay. Did you see here? It routed to the right agent coding and then made the performance, which means started working. Yep. Could you specify the programming language? Here it went to coding. And then the coding agent came with the output and given it to the root agent. Root agent made a modification. But in the UI, you would see here as this one, right? Which means like the output within my custom text box. If you build your own UI, you can just export it within the canvas as well, because how Google has built or other companies have built. So this is how we can build an agent. So the one thing you have a question is like how I can add memory to the session, right? So in ADK, it's in session memory, which means, let's say if I run a session, which means like whatever I ask within a question, which has a session memory within this, right? But when we think in a large perspective, like you want to store everyone's history, we can store it in as like we do in Firestore. But also there are some other different types of memory that you can still explore. But for that one, I would give you the best option, that is LangChain, because LangChain has like around 7 to 8 memory types that would help you to explore much more better, because we have here a fixed 4 types of memory. So that is something that I wanted to tell you. Did you have any questions until here, like how you can build multiple agents and then call it as a tool, which means like, let's say some company or some team is running as a separate agent, but I really liked it. I wanted it as a functionality within my agent, root agent. So you can just call it as a tool here, right? It is possible. Well, let's start looking into the next thing, that is Claude Code. How many of you can we know how long we have? Okay, we are almost on time. Okay, I'm going to show you like how you can build MCP servers and what is the need of MCP servers, maybe within a minute or so. So I cannot say it in a minute or so. I'm just saying it for him. Okay. Well, the one thing that we can keep in mind about the MCP server, or what is the need of MCP server in the sense, let's say, did you see the number of lines within the AI agent is growing because of the tools we are adding, right? Tools we are defining. Let's say I'm building my own agent. I wanted to add all the tools as like a function, like a custom code function, that it's gonna increase the number of lines. So they thought about one thing. How about keeping all the tools in a server? We stole the concept from the software developers. Trust me. Okay, that is how the Google and every search engine runs today. We keep everything in a server and then we can make a call, right? Likewise, in the MCP server, you can keep all the tools over there, which means like you can just make a call, like I did on the root agent, right? Which means made a function call within that. So here comes a question, like whether the MCP is built only for tools. No, but it is very famous for tools. But maybe in future, I am expecting one thing, because MCP has a capability of 3 things. One is storing prompts as well, and another one is resources, and the third one is tools. So because every team now in AI world is working on building and prompt, because some teams want a reference of other teams' prompt, right? Because nowadays we are not asking like, can you show me the code? Because we are coming into the next world, like, can you show me the prompt, right? How you built it, because we don't really want it to see like the code, because they also don't understand that. bad for I'm feeling so bad for that, but still this is the concept that it works. MCP server has this three. So maybe I can go to the Claude and show you how you can add your own MCPs. Okay. So did you see here add demo? That is my own MCP that I built. So every single time, if you wanted to add your own MCP server or you want to try anyone's MCP server, this is a free version of Claude. So it's not a paid version. So you can just download the Claude desktop and then give control comma. It will take you to the developer settings. So inside the developer settings, you can go to this edit config. So when you go to the edit config, it will open a file, which is a configuration file. Here you can just copy paste the open MCP servers or else you can build your own MCP servers and add it over here. Just by editing this config file, you can make the Claude or any other agent, which means like the UI to answer your own agent, right? So not own agent, which means use the MCP tools, right? If you are wondering what is MCP tools, you can just search like open MCP tools, which means like someone have built it. You can just copy that config.json file and paste it over here. Sometimes it has credentials, like if you wanted to send Gmail from here, you need credentials like from Google Cloud or some other cloud, like the API points. But here I added my own MCP server. If you, okay, did you see here? This is my own MCP server that I built. That is demo. That is just an adder subtract. So what I did is like, I'm just calling my local file inside here. That is my main.py file, right? So what I'm saying in the sense, if you wanted to make some innovations or to save your time, like to do something, you can build your own MCP server within your Claude environment so that you can call it while running it. Likewise, you can call your Excel file or whatever you do it in a repeated way, right? Hopefully, I'm just going to show you the codes. So it has all the code for the MCP server and everything, how you can run comments and everything. It is a Google Drive link. If you have any question, feel free to post it over there so that I can answer your questions. So you can just add it as comment over there. Every day I come there and solve everyone's comment. Like if you say like it's not running for me, I can look into it. So this will take you to a Google Drive. There you can see many examples for how you can build your custom functions for agents and everything. I update it regularly. So if you are thinking why I'm not keeping in GitHub, so this would give me a flexibility to answer everyone's questions much easily if they don't want it to post it in private, right? So that's the reason. Okay, we are on time. Thank you everyone for showing up today. I know it's very fast. Let me know if you have any questions. I'm happy to answer. Nice meeting you all. Don't forget to buy something from Black Friday sale or else it's gonna create a lot of problems in your home, right? It's gonna create a lot of problems. So just buy something.